Hey there, gardening friends, and welcome to our cozy garden. My name is Randy, and if you're new to our channel, we are gardeners here in Zone 3, Alberta, Canada. And today we have an exciting treat in store for us as we are harvesting our oyster mushroom from our mushroom patch. And if you've watched our previous video, we started this mushroom patch back in June of this year. And we've tried to keep it moist throughout summer, but that was a bit hard, especially that our summers can get really hot here in Zone 3. But the past few days has been rainy and cool, and I think it's just a perfect condition for our mushroom patch to have its second flush. So this patch did have its first flush of oyster mushroom back in, I don't know, July or August. The conditions were right. It was raining for a few days and it was cool, and it did have its first flush, but we did not make a full video about it. But this time we're doing a full video on it so that we can update you guys better. So first things first, I have my container in here. It's a kitchen strainer and a small sharp knife that I'm using to pluck our oyster mushroom from the patch. Now I realized that on our previous reel I did harvest them too early. So now I gave it 2 to 3 days. I saw them about 3 days ago. They were starting to grow. I left them in here so that they can grow bigger, so that we can have a better yield. And at the same time, I also find that because I cover them in plastic with 2-inch triangles, it can be difficult to harvest them. So I will try my best not to damage my plastic cover. This acts as a humidity cover for the patch so that it doesn't get too dry too fast. I'll try my best not to tear it. See if I can pick them using my finger. There I go. And the reason I'm using a small sharp knife is I don't want to take with it the substrate, which possibly has more spores in it. There you go. So that's our oyster mushroom right there. Very beautiful and very earthy. Perfect for pastas and just for frying with garlic. So of course, if you're new to mushroom growing like us, you need to make sure that whatever's growing on your patch, outdoors, is the right variety, because a lot of mushrooms are actually poisonous. But since this one is from a commercially bought substrate, I am quite confident that they are edible, and we also had them last time and we're fine, so I think they're edible. And you'd also notice that they look consistent. They have the same look and feel. And of course, it doesn't hurt to join Facebook groups about mycology and mushrooms, or mushroom growers. They can really help you guys identify mushrooms if you are in doubt. There you go. So I, for one, I did join Alberta mycology group so that I can learn more about growing our mushrooms outdoors. Indoors, it's way easier to, it's safer to grow them indoors. But at the same time, I don't always have the space. I don't always have the conditions right for them to have a mushroom flush to give us mushrooms. So I did try this experiment back in June, and so far it is working. So I'm not sure if after this one I can get another flush of mushrooms this year, or maybe perhaps next year, but we'll see. So I do have 3 more clumps of oyster mushrooms to harvest, but I'll leave one in there. This one is under the humidity cover, so I'll just leave that in there. I don't know if it'll release spores if I leave it to mature, and but otherwise I can just buy new substrates for next year and then have it again grow outdoors like this. And then of course, when you harvest mushrooms, make sure that you leave as much of the base in there so that whatever substrate is on it is left in the patch, and there is some chance that that will give us more mushrooms in the next few days or next year. So I think it was definitely worth it to wait a few more days. I have bigger oyster mushroom clumps here, but at the same time I don't want to leave it too long, because I don't want it to, well, for one, to rot, and 2, for insects and other creatures to get on it first. And as always, keep your mushroom patch clean and tidy so that you won't attract unwanted visitors to it. And that's it. Our mushroom patch has gifted us with our second flush of oyster mushrooms. So all I need to do now is brush off some of the substrate that's in there, and I won't wash them yet until I'm ready to cook them. I will place them in a brown paper bag, or if you don't have that, you can also wrap them in newspaper and then place them in your fridge so that they will last longer for you. Once again, my name is Randy from our cozy garden here in Zone 3, Alberta, Canada. If you like our content, feel free to click that like button, thumbs up, or subscribe to our channel. Until next video, hope you have a wonderful day.